What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Danny Ketch Ghost Rider with bike. First of all, if you do want to support the channel, please subscribe, help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will bring you more Marvel Legends reviews in the future. I promise. Well, let's get into the review here. The packaging is that new, very crisp, very clean, square Marvel Legends packaging that I'm actually becoming quite a fan of. Got a nice picture on the back, but it's pretty typical. I don't think there's really much to write home about in terms of the packaging. Now, looking at the accessories he comes with, he didn't actually come with the fire around the wrist. That's just a little F-dub original accessory swap right there, and it should probably come with those. All Ghost Riders should come with a little bit of fire. I mean, come on. But he does come with, a motorbike, as you can see right here. We've got the chain accessory that goes around the torso of him, and we've also got the chain with the fire as well. And I'm going to take a page out of Articulation Prime's book and make sure I am not posing him with both chains, because I understand that they are the same chain. He comes with some gripping hands to go on the motorbike handlebars, and he also comes with a fist on the spiked hand and an open hand on the leathery hand. And obviously with the bike, it also comes with these flame effects. You got one for the front wheel, one for the back wheel, and then one that goes underneath and kind of props it up to make it look like you're doing a sick wheelie, which I fully appreciate. Now, having a look at the paintwork, the motorbike is a nice matte black. There's a little bit of detail on the dials and things like that. Obviously the paint on the leather and on the pants is all perfectly fine. The silver looks great. But where this figure gets really interesting is the penance stare that we get when you look deep into the eyes of Danny Ketch, the Ghost Rider, and he makes you relive all of your sins. It's great. I think it's one of the first times that they've done a penance stare on a Ghost Rider figurine, at least in the Marvel Legends line. So the fact that we finally got one, I think, is a huge win for this particular figure. I don't know if it's paintwork, but I do feel like the wheel on the front is not vibrant enough. I feel like because you're going to likely be showing that in a wheelie motion, it should be a little bit brighter, but, it's a minor complaint. So looking at the articulation on this one, there's not a great deal. I guess, the head spins all the way around. Whoa, hello, Mr. Jaw just came off when I did that. That's not good. So the jaw is articulated, as you just saw, but I wouldn't recommend messing around with them. It does look like it's a little bit skewy, like it's not fully centered, and it just popped off really, really easily. But it was easy to get back on, but I really wouldn't recommend messing around with the jaw articulation too much. Other than that, it's pretty typical. Pinless double-jointed arms and legs. There's no butterfly joints on this one, which might have been nice considering he's, on a motorbike, but he fits on there fine even without them. There's a waist cut. He has drop-down hips as well, as you can see there. Boot cut, and the ankle and everything does the normal shit. One thing I can say about the Marvel Legends articulation is it is very consistent across their figures, and it's the characters that need the extra articulation that seem to often get it, like your Spider-Mans, your Wolverines, now Black Widow, for example. So they do a great job of choosing when and where to update the articulation. Like I say, it would have been nice to get some butterfly joints on this one, given that he's on a motorbike and his hands will be in front of him, and you may want to get some different poses in that kind of aspect, but I think this figure overall looks pretty damn good. Now, I mentioned earlier about Articulation Prime saying that the chain that goes around the Ghost Rider's torso is the chain that he's been using, but you know what, that may be all well and true, and I'm happy to go with that. But can you imagine Ghost Rider with 3 chains? One around the torso and one in each hand? I don't know, I'm a bit of a weirdo because I kind of came to know and like the Ghost Rider character more than anything from the Marvel's Midnight Suns video game, which is actually Robbie Reyes, but it's really since that game came out that I've sort of learned more and more and more about this particular character, and I feel like Robbie has 2 chains. I don't know if that's the way it works, but I totally love the way this figure looks with 2 giant flaming chains. It just, for me, that looks more like Ghost Rider than if he just had 1, but I'm not here to besmirch Articulation Prime in any way at all, but I think you'll agree that Ghost Rider with 3 chains is fucking awesome.
Tarantino Test.
So this is the Tarantino Test. This is the part of the video where I talk about the feet of the action figure in particular, because I think that's a very important part of posing, is having a good, solid, stable foot to pose your figure on, and he's got these big old motorbike boots, so, you know, they're pretty clean, they're pretty stable, I think they do the job well, and I think Quentin Tarantino would be loving this 3 chains version of the Ghost Rider. For that reason and more, you pass the Tarantino test. My final thoughts on this figure is that it's goddamn awesome. I love the motorbike. It looks great if you've got it on the wheelie pose. And a little bit of a pro tip here with this one. Give me 1 second here. Let me just set this bad boy up. So you can see we've got the bike propped up the way it is, but I don't know if this is supposed to be the way, but I feel like the fire actually fits in this part here. So the way I do it, it doesn't seem to clip in. But there is enough room there to actually add a little bit more fire underneath the bike, so that you've got an even better, wheelie effect with a little bit more fire. And then also you don't have this random bit of, road fire just laying around in your collection doing nothing. Is it shelf worthy? Absolutely. This is a bit of a centerpiece. You can see the figure is awesome, and also the effect of the fire for the bike. I mean, it's Ghost Rider. You don't need anyone to tell you who it is to know exactly what's going on with this figure, and I kind of love it. But let me know in the comments what you thought about this one. If you do want to support the channel further, help me get to 1,000 subscribers. That's the current goal. Once we get there will be more Marvel Legends reviews as we hurtle into a really exciting phase for this action figure line. We're pinless, we're double jointed, we're getting new female articulation. I think we're going to see some amazing figures coming up in the next few years, and I'd love you to join me for all of it. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your figs, ta-ta, and farewell.
Who brings fire, penance and shame, and we're to believe it's worth 1 chain. Doesn't that sound a little bit tame? 1 chain with a little bit of flame. 3 chains, 3 chains.